Awesome. All right. So I went through actually just recently. I didn't get to it last night, but I did get everybody's quiz 2.3a responded to right in Canvas, so you can see how you did. If you have not done that yet, then a 0 went in, so that you know to get that done. And I would do that right now so that you can get as much points for that as possible. Completion and effort for sure. So there were definitely a lot of us that did really well. I was very impressed with how well it went. A couple little things for sure that some of us need to just be a little bit more careful of. Some negatives here and there. Some just remembering that when you have to divide by the A value for like 5, 6, and 7, and then what to do from there. A couple of us just have to kind of work at that. So what I want you to do first is I want you to go to Canvas, go to that most recent submission that you have for that quiz, and take a look. Okay, take a look at what I said in response to the work that you did. If you didn't do it, then you didn't get any response from me yet. So definitely jump onto Canvas, take a look at the work that you submitted either yesterday or the day before. For that quiz 2.3a, and take a look at what I had to say. And here's what you're going to do. If what I said makes sense, and you're like, oh yeah, good, I totally understand what you're saying. I messed up, but now I know exactly what I need to do, and I feel really good moving forward. Awesome. Okay. But if what I said doesn't make perfect sense, you're just not exactly sure what you need to do better, then stick around for sure. Because what I want to do is give you some more time to like stay on the same idea and make sure that for kind of one last time, just as we focus on this one last idea, that you have a chance to do it for correctness. Okay, because that's kind of what we're building up to. We'll build up to a chapter 2 test where we'll do it all for correctness. So, so here's what I want you to do. Take a look at the comments on there and make a choice. And that choice is I totally get what you're saying. I'm good to go, and I feel good moving forward and doing this next one for correctness, or I don't. Right? I'm just not ready yet. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't think I have this down yet, and I'm going to stick around, because what's already been posted is your next and last quiz for this section for 2.3, 2.3b. It's out of 35 points. Okay, just 5 points for each one, 7 questions, really similar to the ones that we did. So like, 1 is similar to 1, and 2 is similar to 2, and 3 and 3, 4, 4, just like that. So you can use that last quiz as a really good guide for you to get hopefully lots of good stuff done and correct, right? Because now correctness is going to come into play for sure with this new quiz. But I only really want those of you that have questions to stick around so I can work through them with you individually. And so your plan for right now is to look at my comments and figure out, okay, I'm good to go. I'm going to head out and I'm going to start my work on quiz 2.3b. Or you look at my comments and you're like, I still am struggling a little bit. I still have some questions. I'm going to stick around and I'm going to ask those questions right now before I even get started on the next one. Knowing that you have today and tomorrow to get those 7 questions done and submitted before midnight tomorrow. But either way, you'll still have the remote attendance form you have to fill out for me for tomorrow's attendance. You got to do that by 3 o'clock. But the actual assignment itself, quiz 2.3b, you have until midnight tomorrow to get that done. Okay. So what I'm expecting to have happen is that some of you will stick around because you still have some questions about what I wrote, but some of you will take off and you're good to go, and that you're just going to knock this out because you feel really good about it. Okay, so feel free to do that. Right now is a great time to just take a look at the comments and make sure you're good to go. If you feel like you've got it down, awesome, then take off. Unless you want to stick around, of course, you're always welcome to stay. I have to go through 7th periods stuff right now, so I can have this same conversation with them in about a half hour, 45 minutes. And if you are sticking around, then what I will do with each of you is I will drop you into individual breakout rooms so I can have more of a one-on-one conversation with just you, okay? So if you do want to stick around because you have questions, great. I'm going to invite you into a breakout room in about 30 seconds. And then you just sit and wait. Just sit and wait for me. I'm just going to kind of work my way through. If you're number one, I'll come to you first. If you're number two, I'll come to you second, and so on like that. But if you're good, feel free to take off, and I will just wait for your quiz 2.3b to get submitted tomorrow. Okay. Any questions on the thought process there before I take a look? Okay, so there's a couple of you that are still here, so I am going to invite you to your individual breakout rooms. So we've got 3 of you, so I'll drop you into 3 rooms, and I will, they should be asking you to join right now. Hop in there, and I will see you in there.
Ja.
What's up, Dylan?
I thought I understood what you were saying, but yeah, I
All right,
don't really.
let's take a look. Okay, so I erased it. But okay, so for 5, 6, and 7, like you got all of the right numbers. Like all of your blanks are all set up perfectly. Like 8 plus 1 and 9 and -2 and 10 and -2. Those are definitely right. Except I think for 6, you just have to switch which one was negative because you're adding to a -7, not a positive one. Right, because it's for 6, it's 3x squared minus 7x. So you just have to switch your negative over to the 9 instead of on the 2. But the issue that we have is because with 5, with 6, and with 7, you've got a number in front of x squared, right? It's not just x squared anymore. It's 2x squared, 3x squared, 4x squared, whatever. Like this is what you have to do. Like we've been doing for these past couple days, where you take whatever your numbers are and you divide them by a and you see what happens.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If it goes in evenly, cool, then I'll just divide it. If it doesn't go in evenly, then I move it in front. If it doesn't go into both of them, then just simplify the fractions and see where that gets you.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I know that even though this is for correctness, you can still ask questions. Like I can still look at it. I still want you to do well. So, if you're going through them, like 1 through 4 should probably be easy for you, just like they were on this one. But when you get to 5, 6, and 7 on 2.3b, just make sure you take that last extra step or two to divide by whatever you're supposed to divide by.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
You got it, man.
Cool.
Hey, Trev.
Hello.
How we doing?
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, you're good.
We're leaving town tomorrow, so I had to show my cousin all the stuff he has to do.
No problem. So all we are doing today, I went through the quiz 2.3a that you uploaded yesterday, and on Canvas I responded to it. Like I put a comment in there. So if you go and you actually view your submission, you can see what I wrote down.
Yeah, I have it pulled up right now.
Looking at those 2 questions.
I did not understand
that was great. Everything else looks great. So
I was so lost on number 4. I just threw some stuff together.
Okay. So the thing about number 4, like you've got an x squared.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a number at the end, but like the one with x isn't there.
Yeah.
That's bx. So it's actually b that's 0. So
okay.
we want to add to 0 and multiply to -9. And so +3 and -3, you can see I kind of wrote it down there. Those would be the kind of numbers that we would want to do that.
Okay.
And so just kind of keep track of if something's missing, then that's okay. Just kind of keeping track that if a term is missing, then the number that goes with that's the 0.
Okay.
And then with number 6, when you set up your diamond problem, it was just that the setup was off a little bit. First thing, we're adding to -7 because of that negative sign in front of the 7x. So don't forget to bring that negative with you into the diamond when you set it up. So like at the top of your diamond there, it should be -7 instead of positive.
Okay.
And then the number on the bottom is always not just C, but A times C. Like whatever it would be to do, like in the case of number 6, like 3 times -6. So it's like -18 is really like what the bottom of that diamond problem should be.
Okay.
Not just C that we're multiplying to, but whatever the result is from doing A times C. Because that A is just different, so it kind of throws off our numbers if we don't include that as part of like the setup in the diamond problem itself.
Okay.
So if you do that, then your numbers should work really well. Like if you look back at number 5, you did it perfectly, right? Because I want to add to 9 and multiply to 8, right? The number on the bottom of your diamond was an 8 because that's what 2 times 4 is, right? A times C, 2 times 4 is 8. So that diamond problem was set up perfectly. That problem was done perfectly. So kind of use 5 as a really good guide for you, I think, when you start looking at questions like 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what I got on the quiz?
So it's a completion and effort. So you got 24 out of 24.
Oh, okay.
This next one, the one that I posted today that's due tomorrow before midnight, that one's going to be for correctness. So that's where I'm going to look at those kind of mistakes
Okay.
and dock you points for them if you make them again, which is why I wanted to take today to have this exact conversation with you so you know what kind of things you want to watch out for.
Okay. Could we go through a question like number 4? Like just go do one?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. All right.
Or if you just want to do the exact same question, that works.
Yeah, just read it to me. What does it say?
Let me find it real quick. 1 sec. X equals 9. Oh, x squared equals 9.
So it's x squared. It should be minus 9, not equals.
Is that what I had? Oh, yeah. Minus.
We're not solving anything, so there's no equal signs anywhere.
Yeah,
okay.
minus.
So x squared minus 9. All right. So the idea is to realize, like I said, if something's missing, then that number is 0. So like A is the number in front of x squared, B is the number in front of x, and C is the number kind of at the end. So like there is an x squared, but there's no number in front, so that's just a 1.
Okay.
There is a number at the end that doesn't have an x, so C is definitely -9.
Yeah.
But B is missing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no x by itself, so B is 0. And that's kind of always going to be the case when that middle term, that one that just has x, isn't there anymore. We want to kind of keep track of B being 0 in that spot, so that when I set up the diamond problem and I say, okay, when I add to B, okay, well then I better add to 0 and multiply to -9.
Okay. So wouldn't it be 3 and -3?
Exactly. So x plus 3, x minus 3.
Okay.
And because A is 1, I don't have to worry about like dividing by anything like we have these last couple days, right? For those first 4 problems, it's just whatever your numbers are in your diamond problem, that like there's your answer, right? Those are the numbers.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. How many questions is on the quiz?
It's the same number of questions as it was on the last one, just different numbers. So. Okay. 7 questions. This time they're worth 5 points each, so for a total of 35. So this quiz is going to be out of 35, but I am going to check to see if you're getting them right in addition to you actually trying to.
Okay. And did I get the other ones right besides those 2 on my quiz?
If I didn't list anything else, the rest looks great.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Mr. Rosie.
Yep.
Or do I need to be on here while I do the quiz?
What's that?
Do I need to be on here while I do the quiz?
Nope, you're good to go.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, have a good one. If I don't see you, have a good weekend. I guess I'll see you Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, in person, crazy. All right, see you.
I'm so excited to get back.
Me too.
All right, have a good one.
See ya.
I have a question on what is 9 to the power 2 take away 9?
So
do I do anything? Like,
don't worry. We're not plugging any numbers in.
Oh.
There's no, I found a number and I have to drop it in anymore. Exactly what we just did by like setting up the blanks or the diamond problem and solving that little number puzzle, little number riddle, like that's the work. We don't actually have to go back to the equation and plug anything in and get an answer back. That's 2.2. Like that was vertex form stuff. This is just factoring, and we figured out this nice little connection between adding to this and multiplying to that makes it all work. So you don't have to worry about.
I figured it out. That was -3 and 3.
Sweet. There you go.
I think I'm going to finish this and then get to the next one. But I'm going to go.
Okay. See you later.
Bye-bye.